So today we are going to learn about how we can create VMs in different availability zones. So let's start. First we will create a resource group. Sorry, some typo. Group. Yeah, here it is. So let's open it. This is a default one, so you can ignore it. It is created by Microsoft. So here I am giving a name. Test RG. Click next. Make sure the region is Central India. Click create. So resource group is created. Just refresh it one more time. Yeah, so here it is. Now we will go back to network VNet, open virtual network and create a VNet and subnet. So just give it a name, my test VNet. So I've given it a name, my test VNet. Click next. So here we will add a subnet. Just delete it. I just want to add a new subnet. Click on add subnet. And here just give it a new name. My test. So I've given a name, my test subnet, and I'll just give it here 1. Keep all the things as it is. Click on add, review and create. Click on create. So once this is created, we will go to virtual machines. Click on virtual machine. Close it. Click on create virtual machine. And I'm just selecting the resource group which we have created, test RG, and I'm giving it a name. Suppose let me give it as a VM1. I'm just giving it a name, VM1. Region is Central India. Availability zone is Zone 1. So for this VM, I am keeping it in a Zone 1. And I go down. I select an image. I'm selecting Windows Server Data Center Edition 2025. And here, suppose you get this kind of errors. So this happens usually when you're in free trial account and you're like you have already used the resources, or the resources which you're selecting is not available on that zone. So you have to be careful. Basically in trial zone, what I have observed, you get 4 core of CPU. So you better if you use 2 core of CPUs for a VM. You get 8 GB RAM and it's enough for the practice. So select this 2 core and the error will be gone. Click on, I will give a name, username for the login. I'm giving cloud and I'm entering a password. Rest of things are okay. Click next. See here, what I wanted to tell you, OS this if you're creating a Windows server, so you get a by default OS disk size of 127 GB. So this is what our default size you get of OS disk. Of course, disk lecture are like I will be covering a disk lecture. So as of now, just know this, that if you're creating a Windows server, you get a default OS disk size of 127 GB. So now here on the networking page, you select your VM. As I have created, my name was my test VNet, my test subnet, and leave as it is. Click on next, next, and simply click on review and create. Click on create. Here you will see how much price your like it Azure is charging you for 1 hour. So our VM1 deployment is done. Let's create a VM2. The deployment was still in process, so we can create this new one. So I'm selecting the same resource group, test RG, and I'm giving it a name VM2. And this VM we will deploy in zone 2. Region is same, Central India. Availability zone will be 2. So currently it is 1. Let's untick this and select zone 2. Click create. Trusted module. Same operating system image I'm going to keep. Azure Windows Server Data Center 2025. And the size is standard B2S V2 2-core CPU. So it is fine for me. I'm keeping it as it is. I'm giving again name to cloud, and I'm just giving my password. Click next. Again you get the OS disk size. Here we have to select our VNet, my test VNet, my subnet, and keep the rest of thing as it is for now. Click on next, next, simply review and create. The option should come. It is just validating the process. So the create button will come. Just let's give it a second. Yeah, we got the option. Click create. Deployment is in progress. So this is how we create like VMs in different zones. Like as you remember, first VM we created in zone 1 and second VM we created in zone 2. As in the trial process, like in the trial period, you may face this problem. Like at the time of creation, if you select high core of CPU, suppose 8 core of CPU, if you selected, so you won't be able to create another CPU. So you have to keep that in mind, that in trial we can only select 4 core of CPUs, or in some cases like you get the option to create some extra cores in different zone. So that thing is also can happen, but best to keep it 2 cores for the lab purpose, so you don't face any trouble. So currently we have deployed our 2 VMs. You can see VM1, VM2 is deployed and running. So here is the public IP. We can RDP it And before that, I just wanted to show you one thing. Network security group. Yes, network security group. Yes, so this is called NSG. What is NSG means? NSG means network security group. Network security group act as a virtual firewall in Azure. It controls inbound and outbound traffic to VMs. Rules are it's rule based. Rules are based on source, destination, port, and protocol. Rules priority range is 100 to 4096. Lower number, higher priority means if the number is low, it means it will trigger first. It is high on the priority. If the number is high, so it means it is low on the priority. So this is how it works. So as you can see here, basically in simple terms, I would say that if you go to NSG, you look for the inbound, you manage here inbound security rules and outbound security rules. What do you mean by inbound security rules? Suppose if you like this RDP port is allowed, you click on here, and currently whoever is part of our subnet, they can take the RDP of this server. There is no restriction. But if you want to make the restriction, you select here IP address, you enter particular IP address, then only that person will be able to take the RDP. But here is also a problem. Like if you have 100 VMs, how would you do that for each one? So better, there is one more option Azure has given us, that is called ASG, Application Security Group. I will be telling you about that in short. And this is outbound setting. Suppose you want to deny something, like in the server, like server should not be able to access the internet, and there are multiple option could be there. So you can manage outbound settings from here and inbound settings from here. And when it comes to ASG, so you search here application security group. So what is application security group? I have given you a short note so you get an idea. ASG is application security group, is used to group multiple virtual machines in Azure, and instead of using VM IP address, you can use the ASG name in the rules. When VM is added to ASG, it automatically get the same security rule. So suppose what happens, even example I mentioned, suppose you created a security group, let's create it application security group, test RG, name it test ASG application security group. I will directly go and review and create it. Click on create. So what happened? You create, after you create the ASG, you attach it to the VM, and VM will, whoever will be part of the like whichever VM is part of this ASG group, that will get the RDP access that you configure in the where you will configure it in the inbound and outbound rule of the RDP. So instead of IP, you can you will see the, let me show you. I'm not going to add it, so I will just show you. So from here you can add it, the group, and then if you click here network security group, so when you click here to change the IP, here you get the option application security group. So here you can choose the application security group, test RG application security group, and then you can mention, even in the destination also you can choose the application security group. And then what will happen, who will be able to get the RDP? Only those people who will be part of this group, of this VM. So this is how you can use it. And you also have the option to create NSG and attach it to the subnet level. Like you can search it NSG network security group, and it is all by default we have created. It is getting created by default, but I'll show you how you can create it manually if you want. You go on create, you select the test RG, you give it a name, test RG1, and click on review and create. I'm sorry, I have given it wrong name. Let me go previous. previous. I want to name it as a test NSG1. Review and create. Then click on create. So you can create it manually, and at the time of VM creation you can attach this NSG and you can configure the rules inside this NSG in the same way, the way you configured it. Outbound rule, inbound rule, kind of stuff. Yeah, you cannot delete it, but you can override it, like the settings, whatever the settings are there. So these kind of options you get when you create NSG. And even from the default NSG also you can configure, because we are able to see it. So here also we can configure it just by going here. And also there is an option like what we say, if we just want to select it, can I think I have to go to upside. Is it grayed out? Okay, not an issue. So the only purpose I wanted to show you, this is how it works. And let's go to VM and take the RDP. So let's see if we are able to take the RDP of our virtual machines or not. Click on copy the IP, search for RDP, and paste the RDP. Click on connect and you will get this screen. Enter your username and password. So yes, we have created the RDP of this server. Now we want to take the VM2 RDP as well to confirm whether I am able to take it or not. So I will go to VM2, open it, copy the public IP, and again search for the RDP. And this time I will enter this VM2 IP, and user was same, so I will enter the same username, cloud, and password. So yes, I'm able to RDP both the server. So once I RDP, you can click on accept and you will be able to see the view inside of the RDP. So yes, it is successful and we are successfully able to RDP. Because of the core, it is little bit slow. So here you will see the default OS disk size 126 GB, and here let's see on our second server. Yes, still it is also accessible and we are able to access it. So here also we got the same. So yes, we are able to access the RDP. We can close it now. So video is getting longer, so I would like to make it short. So as of now, it looks cool. If you want to delete everything, just select this resource group. And after practice, make sure you delete it. Click on delete and delete resource group. Otherwise, if you keep it running, so you will be charged extra